Must be true. Now, a good mate, Kenny Francis, is here.
Yeah.
And has Kenny worked with you guys at all as a roadie at any time? Or?
I met Kenny when he was in high school, and he had a radio show that he just managed to lure Molly Meldrum and myself, and I think Brian from Pseudo Echo did it, and everybody would do. It was the hottest high school radio show in
Really?
Victoria, and then he was doing work experience at Mushroom for a while.
True, yeah.
And yeah, he's always had ambitions to work in radio, and here he is.
Always wanted to work with some legends.
I know, that's why he ended up with Bruce and Phil.
And he's loving it.
What a letdown.
I saw you. Now, the first time I saw you guys live was at the My Music Bowl in 1982. Now, I was, as you said earlier, I was about 13 or something, 12 or 13 at the time. So too young to go to a pub gig, but I'd heard about this band, the Uncanny X-Men, who are being touted as a new Skyhooks. Now, being a huge Hooks fan, had to check you guys out. So you're playing the My Music Bowl, and it was at that very gig where you got your contract with Mushroom Records.
Yeah, I think. Well, there's two. There's one where we did a show at the Bowl just after our first record came out. It's a live one, but yeah, I think you're right. We did a show there, and nobody expected much of us. I think we were on first, and we did very well that day, and that sort of made a few people notice. I think we got signed shortly after that.
And you went all out.
Oh yeah, we always did, especially for a big show. It's like we have to have dancing girls, we have to have balloons, and you know, flash pots and whatever we could lay our hands on to make the show as visually exciting as we could.
Now, what are the chances of the X-Men doing some more shows?
Look, they're good. We all get on very well. The trouble is we all live in different states. John's in Queensland, Ron's in Sydney, Chuck's in Perth, and myself and Max are in Melbourne. So it takes a little bit to get us together. But look, I've been speaking to all the guys just recently, and we're, you know, we're keen to do something. We've got some new songs that we'd like to release. Not that we expect that it'll do any good. They'll do any good, but that's for our own sake. We'd like to release them.
Oh, there'll be people illegally downloading it everywhere.
Well, won't that be good for football? But yeah, look, I'd like to think that we'd be probably doing something in the, you know, in the not too distant future, because I know we're all keen to. So
are they all the original guys?
Yeah. Well, yes, they are.
Well,
is the easiest answer, I suppose.
That's quite an achievement, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, and the fact that we're all friends, a lot of bands, when they finish up, they don't remain friends, but we're all friends.
Yeah, partnerships don't always work. Look at Simon and Garfunkel, look at the Everly Brothers. You know, look at a lot of tension.
Bruce and Phil.
Bruce. Yeah, yeah.
Now, you guys were mega in the 80s. Absolutely huge.
Well, I guess so, yeah.
One thing, you've always had this fantastic relationship with your fans.
Well,
how easy was that to juggle when you had girls sleeping outside your house?
Yeah, that was a little difficult sometimes. But
how do you draw that line?
Look, I know what it's like to be a fan. You know, I was a huge Beatle fan. You know, when we did the Countdown Spectacular shows a couple of years ago, I was rapt to be hanging out with Darryl Braithwaite and, you know, hanging out with John Paul Young. So I know what it's like to be a fan, and so I always am conscious of that, to do the right thing by the fans, because, you know, at the end of the day, the fans are, you know, the people that come along, they're what make you happen, what makes it all work, and if they don't come, you look pretty silly jumping around on stage by yourself. So thank God for the fans, and I really appreciate them.
Well, I think a part of your success is your modesty, and you're so unassuming and down to earth. I think people appreciate that.
I'm not sure I was always like that, Phil, but the years have tamed the wild man a little bit. But,
no, I can say, having known him since I was 12 or 13, you haven't changed a bit. You're totally down to earth.
Oh, thank you.
And it's one of the reasons why you have lasted in this business. One, you are incredibly entertaining, as we have discovered tonight on radio for the people who don't know Brian Mannix.
I'd just like to apologise for everything I've said tonight.
But you've just been fantastic to all those people that have always been around you.
Oh, well, they've been fantastic to me, and look, I really enjoy meeting people. I think you can always learn from anybody. There's always something you can learn from somebody, and you know, it makes life interesting, meeting people and hearing their stories and the interesting things that they do. I learn from that.
All right, thanks a lot, mate, and Ken, we appreciate your contribution. Everyone's having a ball tonight.